Story. I seem 60 and married, but these effects are due to my condition and sufferings, for I am a bachelor and only 41. It will be hard for you to believe that I, who am now but a shadow, was a hale, hearty man. Years ago, I reached home just before dark in a driving snowstorm, and the first thing I heard when I entered the house was that my best friend, John B. Hackett, had died the day before, and that his last words had been a desire that I would take his remains home to his poor old father and mother in Wisconsin. I was shocked and grieved, but had no time to lose. I took the card marked Deacon Levi Hackett, Bethlehem, Wisconsin, and hurried off. I found some long white pine box which had been described to me. I fastened the cord to it and with some tacks put it safely aboard the express car and then ran into the eating room. When I returned presently, there was my coffin box back again, and apparently a young fellow examining it, with the card in his hands and some tacks and a hammer. But no, there was my box all right in the express car. It hadn't been disturbed. The fact is that without my suspecting it, a huge mistake had been made. I was carrying off a box of guns that young fellow had come to the station to ship to a rifle company in Peoria, Illinois, and he had come and got my corpse. Just then the conductor sang out, "All aboard!" and I jumped into the express car and got a comfortable seat on a bale of buckets. The expressman was there, hard at work. As the train moved off, a stranger skipped into the car and set a package of peculiarly mature and capable Limburger cheese on one end of my coffin box. A box of guns. That is to say, I know that it was Limburger cheese, but at that time I never had heard of the article in my life, and of course was oblivious to it. Well, we sped through the wild night. The bitter storm raged on. A cheerless misery stole over me. Presently, I began to detect a most evil odor stealing about on the frozen air. This depressed my spirits still more, because I thought it was my poor deceased friend. There was something infinitely saddening about his calling himself to my remembrance in his dumb, pathetic way, so it was hard to keep my tears back. Moreover, it distressed me on account of the old expressman, who, I was afraid, might notice it. Gratefully, he didn't. He just whistled a sad tune. I was indeed grateful, but I began to feel uneasy, or nauseous. Pretty soon the expressman, who I found out is named Thompson, spoke.
"I reckon it ain't no cinnamon I've loaded up this here stove with."
He gasped once or twice, then moved toward the gun box, stood over that Limburger cheese part of a moment, then came back and sat down near me, looking a great deal impressed. After a contemplative pause, he said, indicating,
"Friend of yours?"
"Just..."
He's pretty ripe, ain't he?"
Nothing further was said for perhaps a couple of minutes, each being busy with his own thoughts. Then Thompson said in a low, odd voice,
"Sometimes, you know, when they're gone, although you think they're gone, you don't really know. And then they just sit up and look right at you. But he ain't no tracks. No siree." "What'd he die of?"
I don't even know.
"How long has he been dead?"
2 or 3 days at the most.
I disagree. Sure it wasn't 2 or 3 years.
Whatever.
Suppose we moved him, let's see, 10 feet or so the smell isn't so powerful.
Yeah. What a great scheme.
We took in a good fresh breath at the back pain, calculating to hold it till we got through. Then we went there and bent over that deadly cheese and took a grip on the box. We threw ourselves forward with our might, but Thompson slipped and slumped down with his nose on the cheese and his breath got loose. He gagged and gasped and floundered up and made a break for the door, pawing at the air and saying hoarsely, "Get away! Take it away!"
Oh, that's nasty. I'll help you.
Out on the cold platform, I sat down and held his head a while, and he revived.
Do you reckon we startled him any?
We didn't even budge him.
Let's just leave him there.
Yeah. Nasty.
But we couldn't stay out there in that mad storm. We should have frozen to death. So we went in again and shut the door, and began to suffer once more, and to take turns at the break in the window. At the next train stop, Thompson went shopping and bought carbolic acid. And when he came back, he sprinkled it everywhere, on the box of guns, the cheese, the floor, everywhere. It smelled okay at first, but when the two perfumes started mixing, and pretty soon, we were back outside and leaning out the window. At the next stop, he went shopping and bought all kinds of things in order to start the fire. We started burning it all. That, of course, was a terrible mistake, and pretty soon, Thompson was on the ground again, and I had to drag him out on the platform, where we both revived.
Oh, not again. Oh.
And that was when we figured out that we were going to be sick. We were on our last train ride home. We had typhoid fever. And all because of some stupid cheese. And I am on my way home to die.
We gotta do this.